Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys some great league battles with this new team I've created, which includes G-Fisk, Talonflame, and Meganium. We will be getting a 4-win, and if you guys do enjoy today's video, please consider dropping a like, subscribing, and turning notifications on. We are on the road to 100 subscribers, and it will really help the channel a lot if you did consider subscribing. And with that being said, let's get on with today's video. Alright guys, for the first gun, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Charizard with Air Slash. That's very good. We do get a one-shot with that Rock Slide. I don't know why he did decide not to shield. If he did shield, he probably could have gotten a Blast Brain off if he did have one. If he didn't, then I would understand why he didn't shield, because he did actually make a swap into an Abomasnow, and those Rock Slides will probably better his shields to counter my Rock Slides will probably better for his Abomasnow. So Abomasnow will be taking super effective damage from our Rock Slides. It will probably one-shot us or one-shot him. That Energy Ball barely did. It did do some damage. Energy Ball is a Grass type charge move. Grass types do super effective damage against ground types, not very effective damage against steel types. And because of that, we do actually get the first round win because my opponent did decide to surrender. Good game, sorry opponent. For the second round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Gengar. We will be doing super effective damage with our Mud Shots, and our Rock Slides will be doing neutral, while all of his Ghost type moves and all of his Poison types moves, or his Ghost type moves will be doing neutral damage, while his Poison type moves will be doing not very effective damage due to Poison types being not very effective against ground types. So, since he did throw in that shield, I did think that this was going to be a Shadow Ball, but he did actually go for the shield bait and threw in the Shadow Punch, so we did actually get a shield from that. Our Rock Slide did charge up automatically right after that, and it will be doing a lot of neutral damage, so we will probably see a shield, but he did make that quick swap into that Azumarill, and I didn't even notice. So since Azumarill is a water and fairy type Pokemon, that does allow my Meganium to come in to do super effective damage with his grass type moves, and I do know that we will be able to survive a Ice Beam without having to worry about getting farmed down, because those bubbles will be doing barely any damage, and it will be doing not very effective damage. So he does throw in an Ice Beam here. That still is okay. We were able to survive with plenty of health left to get a few Frenzy Plants off. He did make a swap onto Gengar. If I did get to that Frenzy Plant, it surely would have fainted him, but he did actually decide to throw in a Shadow Punch to feint my Meganium instead of going for the farm down. Since Gengar once again is a poison and ghost type Pokemon, that does allow my Stunfisk to come out, and I was thinking about going for the farm down, but he may be able to get off some Shadow Punches or Shadow Balls that will be doing a lot of damage against us. He does make a swap onto Charizard with Dragon Breath as well. I think it would have been better if he was running Fire Spin, because then he could have fainted my Stunfisk, and then my final Pokemon was the Talonflame. So my Rock Slide will surely one-shot him. As you guys saw from the first round, it did one-shot his Charizard, so this will probably one-shot him as well, even if he does have max health. And boom, it does one-shot him. He does have 0 shields left, just as like me, and he does throw in a Charge Room Fury that we don't have to worry about, because we do still have that full health Talonflame in the back, and because of that, does allow us to win the second round. Good game to our opponent. For the third round, my opponent's first Pokemon is an Altaria. This is a very good start once again, because all of his Dragon type moves and his Flying type moves will be doing not very effective damage because of G-Fisk's Steel type. So his Flying type moves like Sky Attack will be doing not very effective damage, and his Dragon moves like Dragon Breath, Dragon Pulse will also be doing not very effective damage. Our Mud Shots will be doing not very effective damage, while our Rock Slides will be doing a lot of super effective damage. As you guys saw there, the Sky Attack barely damaged Stunfisk, so our Rock Slide does charge up once again. This will probably faint him, or it will be close to fainting him, so that my G-Fisk will be able to go for the hard farm down. So I do expect the shield to be thrown in. We do get his Altaria to half health by now, and we don't have to throw in any more shields, because those Sky Attacks will be doing barely any damage. And from here, from half health, I still will be able to get to those 2 rock slides that will ultimately feint his Altaria. So my rock slide does charge up. He did make a swap out into a Machamp. Machamp is an only fighting type Pokemon, so I will make a swap out into my Meganium. Meganium will be doing a lot of neutral damage against him. He does have 0 shields. I could have made that swap out into Talonflame, but he probably would have gotten a Rock Slide off before my Talonflame would get his Hurricane. So my Frenzy Plant, I did make a swap out into Meganium because I did know Frenzy Plant would one-shot that Meganium if my Vine Whips did enough damage. He does make a swap into Azumarill. That is understandable because his Azumarill probably does have Ice Beam. Ice Beam will be doing super effective damage against my Meganium, but as you guys saw before, those Ice Beam only get my Meganium to half health. So right here, I do have to throw in that shield because it surely will feint us, or it will get us low enough for that Azumarill to farm us down. And since he does have 0 shields, I did think that it was going to be worth it to throw in that shield as well. So we do feint his 2 Pokemon. His final Pokemon once again is that Altaria. His Frenzy Plant will be doing double or non-effective damage due to Altaria's flying type on his Altaria. As you guys saw there, 2 Frenzy Plants will surely feint him, and because of that, it does allow us to win the 3rd round. Good game to my opponent. For the 4th round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Hariyama. So this is where we ultimately go down this is where we ultimately have to make that swap out into Talonflame to counter that, and of course he does make a swap out into Bastiodon. Bastiodon will be doing a lot of super effective damage against us with his rock throws due to rock types being double super effective damage against my flying type and my fire type on my Talonflame. Bastiodon surely was a part of that meta at least once. He still is. He is the very strong Pokemon. I did decide to make that swap out into my G-Fisk. If I did have those double moves with Rock Slide and Earthquake, I surely would have won this round. But because I did only have Rock Slide, my Rock Slides will be doing double non-effective damage, or he will be double resisting my Rock Slides, because rock types are not very effective against both rock types and steel types. As you guys saw there, from that blue on that shield, it did do not very effective damage. My only 2 Pokemon is that Meganium and that Stunfisk. If I did have that Earthquake once again, that Bastiodon probably already would have been dead, and I would have won this round without any problems. So he does make another swap out into that Hariyama. I do make a swap out into my own Meganium because that my Frenzy Plants will be doing a lot of neutral damage against him. He does also throw in a close combat. So right here, I did think that I was able to go for the hard farm down, but he was probably going to be able to get another close combat, and I didn't realize it wasn't going to be worth it because he does have that Bastiodon in the back, and he may throw me a flamethrower on my Stunfisk, and Stunfisk is probably my only Pokemon that will be able to do some damage, or Meganium is. So my Frenzy Plant will be doing a lot of neutral damage against him. Meganium is a very strong Pokemon, so he will be able to survive this flamethrower, and he won't be able to go for the farm down with his rock throws. So my Frenzy Plants will be doing a lot of neutral damage against him once again. So Frenzy Plant does charge up. We do have to get to that excellent to do as much damage as possible, so he doesn't get a flamethrower off on my Stunfisk. So we do have a Rock Slide charged up as well. The mistake I did make here was throwing in the Rock Slide on his Bastiodon instead of going for the farm down. I did get nervous, and I did think that he was able to get to a flamethrower that ultimately would have fainted my Stunfisk. He does make a swap out into Wigglytuff, and if I did have that Rock Slide, if I did go for that farm down, he probably would have already been dead by now, because my Rock Slides are going to be doing a lot of neutral damage, while his Fairy type moves will be doing not very effective damage, and his charge moves also charge up very slowly. So I just need to get off as much damage as possible. My Meganium is very low, so if my Stunfisk does faint, then it is over for us. I did also have that swap cooldown, so I couldn't I wasn't able to make that swap out into my Meganium to use him as a meat shield, so then my Stunfisk can charge up to that Rock Slide once again. Meganium is very low. He does get one charmed, and because of that, does allow us to lose the 4th round. Good game to our opponent. Alright guys, for the 5th and final round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Galvantula. Galvantula is a bug and electric type Pokemon, so this is a great start for us. And also he does have Fury Cutter as his fast move. I will be doing not very effective damage against my G-Fisk. My Rock Slides, as you guys saw, they did a lot of super effective damage to him as well. And from here, I was able to go for the hard farm down because my Mudshots will be doing a lot of neutral damage against him due to ground types being super effective against electric types, but not very effective against ground, or not very effective against bug types. My opponent does make a swap out into a Azumarill. That does allow my Meganium to come in. I do know that Meganium does have his Frenzy Plant charge up way faster with Vine Whip. Since he did get that first bubble off, he did get that one energy boost up. Every hit matters because of that, so you guys do have to watch out for that. So as you guys see here, we do get my Frenzy Plant. Although he did get that extra advantage, we still got the Frenzy Plant right as he did get his Ice Beam. So my Frenzy Plant, as you guys see here, will be charging up faster than him, and let's go. Frenzy Plant will be doing a lot of super effective damage against him once again due to Grass types being super effective against water types, and it will surely faint from the health that he used at. Once again, as you guys saw there, we were able to survive that Ice Beam, so I don't have to throw in his shield here. His bubble, he will not be able to go for the hard farm down without my Meganium getting to his Frenzy Plant. So he does make a swap out into Altaria. I do have to throw in the Frenzy Plant. I will not be able to survive if I do just throw in those Vine Whips, because I did have that swap cooldown. Since Altaria is a dragon and flying type Pokemon, my Stunfisk will be able to come out and do the super effective damage with our Rock Slides, because Rock types are super effective against flying types. So we do get that excellent off. Let's see if he does get it to half health. We are able to get it to half health. And we do have one shield left. We are going to throw in a shield here because my Stunfisk is my only counter against that Altaria. My flying types from my fire types will be doing not very effective damage from my Talonflame, and my Meganium will also be double resisted due to Grass types being not very effective against both dragon types and flying types. So my Rock Slide does charge up once again. It does ultimately faint that Talonflame. He does make a swap out into that Azumarill. He was able to get to his Ice Beam before I do get to my Rock Slide, and I am going to be able to make that swap out into my Meganium. He probably will not be able to go for the farm down, but he does make a swap out into Galvantula, so I do have to make a swap out into my Talonflame. From here I'm thinking if he will be able to charge up to that Hydro Cannon fast enough, or Hydro Pump fast enough, because Hydro Pump will faint us and Ice Beam and Play Rough won't. So let's see if he does throw in this Hydro Pump. He does throw in an Ice Beam, and as you guys see, it did do only half damage. He is very low to just incinerate him down, allowing us to win the 5th and final round. Good game to our opponent. Alright guys, so that will be the end of today's video. If you guys did enjoy, please consider dropping a like, subscribing, and turning notifications on. We are on the road to 100 subscribers, and it will really help the channel if you guys did consider subscribing.